Hi, everyone. I recently have been reading a lot of the series of books by author Simon Sinek and listening to his TED Talks, and I'm just like so fascinated by where he comes from, what he believes in, and feel so inspired by what he speaks. And I wanted to kind of translate his teachings into how it applied to us women and what I stand for. You know, that what I believe is that every woman has the right to feel beautiful and define her own worthiness in her own terms and not let anyone, define her worthiness or her beauty. So it's a personal choice, and I believe that by doing certain things, we can gain our identity and our self-esteem, and really fall in love with who we are, fall in love with our bodies. So I want to keep it short and go straight to the point. So I'm just going to go to the 10 things 10 rules about success that he mentions and see how it would apply to us. So the first one is breaking the rules. Breaking the rules for success is never like going by the book and doing everything in order to get you to where you want to go. If it is necessary, go around certain obstacles. In our case, for women, we were always told that being defined by our looks, and how skinny we are, how young we are, and I think this is a great exciting time right now, because we're totally breaking the rules and redefining beauty in every body type, any type of woman, every age. So, which is great. So what I want you to think about it is that if you're stuck about having to look in certain way to feel beautiful, absolutely, you don't have to. You have to do it on your own terms and under your own rules. You define success. You define your own beauty. The next one is train your mind. To be successful, obviously, we had to train our mind to actually feel in certain way and become certain way. And he puts a very good example of how, he decided to redefine being nervous as being excited when going into stage. I think that is just amazing, because as much as the brain can be, we can actually trick our brain really easily by redefining certain feelings. So, you know what they say, fake until you make it. I'd rather say, fake until you become it. But the reality is that we can think about something in certain way. We can define the meaning of something that happens to us. So it's almost like pretending, like becoming like this type of actress, that if I want to feel beautiful, like sometimes I do feel like inadequate, and I go back into actually into pretending that I'm like Jennifer Lopez, who's so beautiful and so confident and so successful, and act like if she would act. So I'm training my body, my brain. I'm sorry, I'm training my brain to act and feel confident and unworthy and like I belong. So if you have some thoughts of inadequacy, identify those thoughts and give them a different name. If you are feeling, for example, nervous about going to a job interview, call it excitement instead. And the more you get those feelings and you name it in a different way, the more your brain is going to actually like dismiss all that, and actually transform the meaning of those feelings until it becomes your reality. Be patient. A baby is not done made in 5 days. It actually needs 9 months to be made. So any change that we want to create, we live in an age of instant gratification. And if we get to a point in our lives, let's say in our 40s, and we're not where we thought we would be by the time we're 40, maybe our health is not what it should be, maybe we gain a lot of weight, maybe we go into a lot of debt. Well, it took 40 years to get there. Don't expect to get out of it in in a month or 2 months or in a year. It might take you a long time. What's important is that you know what you want and be patient, and every day counts going, towards your goal. So be patient. Take accountability. That's really one of my favorite ones, because we are so programmed to ditch our responsibility and blame it on anybody else. I used to blame my ex-husbands about my failure of my divorces, and I really had to take accountability that it was not their fault. I picked them knowing exactly who they were in pretty much in every relationship that I've been, and it was my choice. So I had my own doing, and it's actually very liberating because it puts you in charge and you become more powerful. Like, wow, I'm actually like stepping up to the plate and being accountable. The way that we are going to take all the prices for all the things that we do, the same way we should also take accountability for the things that we're responsible for. So, instead of blaming the stress or your job for overeating, well, take accountability that you're the one that decided to eat, that decided to have that job that is stressful, that is staying where you are, instead of and not doing anything in order to change that. So it's your decision. Remember, we are where we are because we put ourselves there, and there's always a way to get out of it. It's just a matter of wanting to do it and finding a way to do it. Outdo yourself. You are not in a race against anybody but yourself. So stop comparing yourself to anybody in any part of your life, and especially in how skinnier you are or more beautiful or stay younger than your girlfriends. Act like a horse carriage. Just put this like things like this, and so you don't see, you just go and see forward. Avoid all that, all distractions. I have to admit, I have no other photographer friends, none. And the ones that I do have as friends and they're photographers, they don't do boudoir photography, but I just don't follow any other photographers because I don't want to compete with anybody else. I don't want to be aware and get nervous and stressed out that, oh, she's a better photographer, or she's doing this, or he's doing that. I don't want to do it because I'm my own competition, and I'm here to serve you and not to serve me or please anybody else. So you do the same. You are in competition with yourself and not with anybody else in any aspect of your life. And then stack the deck. Stack the deck, meaning surround yourself with people that believe the same thing that you believe in. Remember, I don't know if it has happened to you, but those toxic conversations that we women sometimes have. We get all together as girlfriends and we just start talking about all these diets and how much, our body has changed, and the stretch marks after birth, and then our boobs sagging. It's just all these like negative things. Well, who needs those kind of friends? I actually just stay away from I actually stayed away from a lot of people from my past because their attitude was very different to mine. I'm not saying it was bad, but they believe in different things that I did. I don't believe anymore about, doing diets and trying to stay forever young. I believe about loving my body and doing the things to have this body to carry me until I'm 100 years old, because honestly I like to live until I'm 100 and still taking pictures, hopefully. And that's what I believe in. And when I hear, I'm sometimes in conversations, and I remember this occasion in which I was with, an acquaintance, and I just happened to be working in my computer, and there was these pictures of some of my clients who are plus size women. And she was like, why would they even take pictures? They're so big. And like, well, they have the right to feel beautiful too. And, imagine, if we were all blind in a world of blind people and nobody could actually see, does it really matter, what the size of the person is or what she looks like? Because you wouldn't be seeing the body, you would seeing the soul. And her reply was, well, but we're not blind. We actually can see. And I was like, okay, you're not gonna be in my girlfriend circle. So I totally teach her. So there's a kind of, think that we're talking about, stacking the deck. You want to surround yourself with people that believe the same things that you do. And if you decide to make a change in your life and become more positive, going back to school or getting to the gym, or just decide that you are beautiful, and that you're not old, that you are just youth at heart, and everybody's looking at you like, really? Obviously you don't want to be with those people. You need to find new friends, and honestly, I have found a lot of new friends. So you should do the same too. Surround yourself with people that think like you and believe the same things that you do. um, be the last to speak. That he talked a lot about being a leader, but I can see that the way that would apply to us is that precisely kind of like the same example that I was just saying. You're in a group of with girlfriends, and they're all bashing about their bodies, or being old, or insecurities, or hating their husbands, all negative. Just keep quiet. Just keep quiet. See what everybody has to see, and be the last one to speak. Be the last one to give your opinion, now that you're well informed, so that you talk in a more wise manner. Be authentic. We tend to pretend to be something that we're not, to be liked, to be accepted, and to be loved. And we stop being who we truly are. And I remember the example that Simon, said that, don't call to your friends to tell you, what do you want me to wear so you like me more? Like, dude, don't worry about it. Just be yourself. How do you want me to be in order to be loved? And I'm guilty of that. I mean, I did stop being myself in order to be liked by, to get married, actually, to be liked and accepted. And obviously, it was a total failure, because it gets to the point in which, like, I lost myself. I need to go back into who I truly am. So that never works. So being authentic and being loved for who you truly are. We don't need everybody to love us. We just need that one man to love us unconditionally for who we are. So that's what we're going after. Find your passion. I cannot stress enough how important this is for any woman to actually have a successful life. I don't define success by the amount of money that you have, or the house, or the husband, or the trips, or all the clothes, or the great body. It's part of it. However, I define success as finding yourself in this point in your life, and you absolutely love where you are, or at least you embrace that everything that happened to you. You might not be in the best place of your life, but you realize that, okay, from now on, this is where I'm going to have a vision, know where I'm going. And I wouldn't be here if it hadn't been because of all my past. So that's how I define success, loving who you are. Because, you could be a teacher, and teachers don't make a lot of money, but you just love to be a teacher. Your mission in life is just to teach kids, or your mission in life is to be a mother, and you just want to be the best mother, and everything that you do is to give your kids everything, education, moral principles, and that's your mission in life, to be the best mom in life. That I consider success. But you could be a CEO of a company, or a VP of a company, and have all the status and great salary and trips, and I could be like, put a lot of money into my body and be young and beautiful, but I'm unfulfilled because it's just a job. Yes, I'm good at it, but it's not my passion. That is not a successful life. Same thing if you're sick. You can have all the money in the world, but you are not putting the love that to your body that that she deserves. So part of being successful is loving everything in here, this body. That's part of being successful. So find your passion. Find what is it that you really want. What makes you happy? If you could do it, and you would do it even if you didn't get paid, and you just would be happy. Like, rescuing dogs. She just loved dogs, can't stand. And if money wasn't a problem, all you would do is just go and rescue dogs and have these shelters and find their homes and raise money for them. That's passion. So make a list of the things that if that you would do even if you didn't get paid. The things that make you the happiest. For me, I find my passion when helping women really see their beauty and see them transform in front of their eyes. They crying, they couldn't believe it's them in those pictures. I realized that I had a tool that is so effective in helping women to change their lives, to really feel different about themselves, to improve their self-esteem. Like, every woman needs to know. I had a message, a great message, and I found my passion. So same for you. Try to find your passion. And last thing, start with why. Whatever you want to do, find out why is it that you want to do what you want to do. I could go on talking about this, but I will never do justice to an actual, live talk with Simon Sinek. So I totally encourage you to look him up in YouTube, Simon Sinek, not Sinek, Sinek, Simon Sinek TED Talk, and listen to his TED Talk about start with why, because we all pretty much act from a point of what we do. I'm an engineer. I work in a factory creating cars, for example, and I do it because I'm just good at it. And what he talks about is reversing the order about why we do this, how we do it, and then what is it that we do. So the reverse order would be I'm passionate about finding improvements in cars to make people's lives more safe when they're driving, and I do that by applying my knowledge as an engineer building cars. So it's very, very different. So it's really amazing. So in your life, whatever you decide to do, for example, you say like, well, I want to get healthy. Why do you want to get healthy? What's it going to do for you? Well, I want to get healthy because if I don't get healthy, I'm going to have a heart attack. Okay. Why don't you want to have a heart attack? Well, I don't want to die. Like, okay, why don't you want to die? Well, because I kind of like being alive, and I have children and I don't want to leave them alone. They need me. Okay, why don't you want to leave your children? Like, well, because I love to be with my children. They make me feel, significant. Why do you need significance from your children? So you start like going, asking those questions, why you want to do things, and now you have the real reason why you actually want to put the effort into getting healthy, or getting, save money, or change jobs, or change careers, or start a new business. Why do you want to start a new business? Somebody might say like, well, I don't want to leave my job. Why do you want to leave your job? A business is also a job. Well, because if I have my own business, I can set my own hours and I can actually do something that I love. Why is that important for you? So when you start with the why, your life really starts taking much, much higher meaning. So those are the 10, list of success rules by Simon Sinek. Look him up in actually, I'm just gonna, put the link to his TED Talk in this video so you can go straight to that. And leave me a message if you really like this video, and I'll talk to you next time. Bye, have a great weekend.